This here represents the surface of life. Surface. And we see surfaces, surfaces. And about 300 years ago, scientists, they started wondering what was this wood and what was this metal and what was it really? So they started looking into matter. So this side is matter, and this side is mind. Mind and matter. And the scientists, well, they discovered molecules. Deeper they went, and they discovered these atoms. And like I say, they thought that was the smallest particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper, and they find inside the atoms these little electrons and neutrons and protons. And they went deeper and deeper and deeper, smaller and smaller particles, smaller and smaller particles. They found 4 forces. On a deeper level, the 4 became 3. And on a deeper level, the 3 became 2. And then, about 30 years ago, modern science, quantum physics, discovered the unified field. The unity of all the particles and all the forces of matter, of creation. Not only did they discover the unified field, but they found that everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest it is. Unmanifest. It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists know this exists, but if they wanted to get there, you can't get there. It's unmanifest. You can't walk into this field. But any one of those scientists could practice a technique, transcendental meditation, which, remember, true happiness is not out there. You're given a mantra. A mantra, a very specific sound, vibration, thought. Very specific. It needs to be life-supporting at all deeper levels. And that mantra that you're given gives the key that opens the door. The mantra turns the mind within. Turns the awareness within. And you naturally dive. Why is it natural? Because each deeper level of mind and each deeper level of intellect has more happiness. And the deeper levels of mind and deeper levels of intellect correspond to deeper levels of matter. At the borderline of intellect, you transcend. Transcend is the key word. It means to go beyond. You're going beyond field of relativity, duality, experiencing oneness. Pure, unbounded, infinite consciousness. This consciousness has qualities: infinite creativity, intelligence, energy, love, power, and bliss. Dynamic continues. Always been there, never had a beginning, it is and it will be forever. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, immutable, immortal consciousness, fullness. Any human being can experience this easily and effortlessly with Transcendental Meditation. Transcendental Meditation is just a vehicle to get you here. When you experience this level, you enliven it, and it grows in the individual. All positive, light of unity, all positive. You experience this level, and you enliven it, and this ball of consciousness that you thought was just going to stay the same for the rest of your life starts expanding, and these qualities expand.
First and foremost, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, who we learn from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And to you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning silence and staying in order. To the scattered sheep, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we know on this side of the hemisphere, and the other Israelites who are, scattered abroad. Shalom. Right. So I came across this video. I believe it's in the field of quantum physics, and I thought it was interesting. I don't really know too much into the science of it. I think it's intriguing that the other nations and all that are always trying to find ways to find the truth, but not really coming to the full understanding because it was not given unto them. But yes, I do believe that, knowing the truth brings peace, because the scriptures talk about how Yahweh Shai is the King of peace. I got a couple of precepts. I'm going to start at James chapter 3, verse 16. So like verse 17. Says, but wisdom that is from above is pure. Salakia. But wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Right? So first, it's pure, right? Because Yahweh is pure, right? It is peaceable, right? Because knowing this truth, this is for the nation of Israel only, right? That's who this knowledge really belongs to. It brings peace to you, right? That's why Yahweh Shai is the King of Peace, right? So it kind of like this video really just reminds me of how little, the nations actually really know compared to this truth that we learn, from the elders on down who received it from the source to give on to his people, right? You're way more advanced than any of these guys, right? These guys have doctorates. These guys go to school, pay hundreds of thousands on tuition for what? To understand something that doesn't even belong to them or benefit them. And I'm speaking on the heathens. For what end for what end is it for you, even if you knew? I do like sometimes going into science and seeing what science says and try to correlate it to the scriptures. But at the end of the day, man, science knows very little compared to what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to give us in the kingdom, which is, like you heard in the video, infinite knowledge in a level in which no man can see. I think they spoke about a mantra and, some type of meditation and words, right? But the best way to get to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is through his name, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, and I know that name is dreadful among the heathen, right? So like, let me find this precept. This is Malachi 1:14. But cursed be the deceiver which has in his flock a male and vowed to sacrifice unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. See, you're not going to get to him or through him or near him without that name. So this is why when it comes to science, it'll always be incomplete, because you don't have the natural order of what, for lack of better words, inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Because that was given only to Israel, right? I believe it's in Romans 3:1. Let's see. What advantage then has the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Verse 2, much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? This is the word oracle.
Strong's G 3051. Logion. Logion.
It says a brief utterance, a divine oracle. Doubtless, because oracles were generally brief in the New Testament, the words of utterance of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? From the top, Romans 3:2, much in every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See, this is why I believe you'd have to take science with a grain of salt, right? I know that in the book of Daniel, it talks about, they were wiser than Daniel, but at the end of the day, Daniel was still, had the backing of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which trumps any of these so-called wise men. This is Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 10. The name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right? Whereas the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a terror unto the nations. The righteous run into it. You see where there's polar opposites in this earth, right? A lot of people believe in like magnetic forces, North Pole, South Pole, negative, positive, in a sense. A lot of these concepts were, conceived through reading the scriptures. And back on the Daniel's topic, it was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that basically saved his life, because there was a decree that the king wanted to interpret a dream, and he called out the magicians, the tarot readers, the so-called basic scientist to come and interpret a dream. If not, they be killed. And you know, they had told the king like, "Hey, this is impossible." You know, even the knowledge of this world, because they saying basically they couldn't be done. You would have to go to God to get that type of knowledge, right? Actually, let's go to it. Daniel chapter 2, right? I can't even believe I can't even say this right now. Nebuchadnezzar, right? It says verse 2, Daniel's 2 and 2. And the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king, right? So I'm going to just jump down. And then I'm going to jump down to the response. They told the king. It says, verse 10, Daniel's 2 and 10, the Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore there is no king, lord, no ruler that asks such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. It is a rare thing that the king require it. And there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods whose dwelling is not with flesh. For the king was angry and very furious and commanded to destroy all the wise men in Babylon. So he ended up killing all these fools, right? And you know, Daniel said he'll take it on, you know, out of fear, because he was about to. I'm saying, I'm speaking as a man. You know, he was gonna get killed, you know. So I believe he prayed to the Lord, man. The Lord revealed it to him. Let's see if I can find it. It says here. It says verse 16. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time and that he would show the king the interpretation. He said, "Give me some time," right? It says verse 17. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they would desire mercies of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of heaven concerning this secret, right? Because they were praying, basically saying, "Lord, give us mercy, you know, reveal this unto us." So then Daniel and his fellows should not that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. See? So all this knowledge and wisdom, the deeper things, really come of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and none else. It says, then Daniel blessed Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai forever and ever, for his wisdom and might are his, right? So for wisdom and might are his. You know, these are people who were considered wise at the time. And mighty, you know, and, you know, of course, even one of us, you know, if we was to say, hey man, what is the algebra mathematical equation to pi times, you know, square, whatever, we'd be like, oh man, we don't know that, man. You know, now right now we got phones, but at that point we have to say a prayer, man, for our lives to get this answer, right? And Daniel was worthy of that. It says, verse 21, and he changed the times and seasons, and removeth kings, and setteth up kings, and he giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. See? And all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for that, man. You know, I pray for more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, all these things, man, because we all need it to a certain degree. We all operate in the level of faith in which we were all given. See, you know, we pray for more, but some people can't handle more lest they go off. But yeah, that's an eternal thing, man. And what I mean internal, meaning like everybody has to seek out their own salvation with trembling and fear. So, you know, we all move accordingly. Let me see. I'm gonna go to see. Let's go Proverbs 30. I like this one. We like to bring this one out for the Christians. Proverbs 30 and 4. Salakia. Who has ascended up to heaven or descended? Who has gathered the winds in his fist? Who has bound the waters in his garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? Man, I mean that precept right there, a lot of the times brings like, it makes me feel good in a sense, and it also makes my hair stand up, knowing how powerful and how much power the Lord really has, man. If you ever go into a ship or a boat, and you go into the waters and you notice how deep the water is, how powerful it is, I mean, I've even watched videos of people jumping off a boat and going into the middle of the ocean. It's like, man, you're just a speck inside that water, man. That thing could eat you alive, man. It's wild, man. And if you look at like what potential it could be in the universe, like how much wisdom and infinite knowledge it took to put all these things in place, from coming from nothing onto something, where in Genesis the Lord spoke things into existence, and to make all these things come together, right? And if we look at it in a mathematical or a scientific lens, whereas atoms and protons, numbers, letters, codes, right, in DNA, that if 1 decibel or 1 letter will be moved, then it'll become crashing. And the knowledge to actually put that together is infinite and not worldly. It's amazing to me. I'm not gonna dig too deep into this one. It's self-explanatory, right? It says, I want to go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 27. It says, but Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, right? And, and those foolish things will be considered Jake Israel today, because we are the lowest of the lowest at the point right now. We're considered nothing, right? And the wise men are the ones in power, you see. But the Lord does these things, man, to show his power. Matter of fact, it reminds me of Romans 9. Let's see here. I think it's up here. Slakia, give me a minute. Verse 17. Romans 9:17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And how was that, right? Because the Lord had made Egypt a great nation, right? And till this day, people talk about the sciences and all these things that Egypt did, and then what the Lord do? Destroy it, made it into rubble, nothing, a dust lot. Why? So you could talk about Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh's power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's power today. See, that's why. I mean, that's it on that, man. I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the GMS who we learn from. My name is Quinn Yon from the Diligent Soldiers Boston's camp. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order. To you, I say Shalom.